it's interesting. When we had one restaurant in the beginning, change in one restaurant is, I don't want to say easy, because change is always a challenge, but me educating one group of people is something that can be done on a regular basis. And now that we have 13 restaurants, we've evolved to where there's stability in the wine list. We only change one or two things a quarter, and we have those producers that we've identified and that we love that produce high quality wine, vintage to vintage. And specifics, like we work with Selbach Oster from Germany. Johannes, he produces great wine every single year for us. So I don't have to retrain that this German maker did well in 2007 and this one did well in 2008. We've identified people in each region who consistently produce high quality wine, and they're the type of people that we like to deal with. So the wine list has become more stable, but it still retains that creativity of a list that has the ability to change. We haven't given up on things like integrity of vintage. It's still very, very important to us that vintage is listed on the list, and we continue to expand to new regions. When we first opened up, Argentina wasn't really on the radar. Now we have 3 wines from Argentina, 3 different varietals, from Torrontés to Bonarda to the more well-known one of Malbec. And we continue to work with, as I said, those producers. Just recently we started to search out biodynamic and organic wines. The thing I think we want to do, we were very successful in rolling out our Sunshine Organic Martini using Prairie Organic Vodka and fresh oranges that we macerate in the vodka, making our own orange vodka. It's been a big hit with our guests. And so we're looking at ways to refresh our martini/up drink program. Because, I think martinis are a funny word. Martinis are really either gin or vodka and a little bit of dry vermouth, and martinis now really cover up drinks in all their iterations. So we're looking at ways to bring fresh juices and some creative cocktails into what we do. And then we're continuing to look for what are the next big things as far as wine goes. And I think over the summer, or I'm sorry, over the winter, as we move into a little bit heavier wines, we might go to Portugal for a red wine by the glass that maybe a lot of our guests haven't heard of, from the Douro River region, which is where they make port, but this is dry wine, not a dessert style. And then also I think I may go back to the heart of Sonoma County and Dry Creek and either use a Dry Creek Zin or maybe a cab from a small maker there called Moritzen, whose wines I've really appreciated for a long time. We haven't really focused on a specific area of the North Coast, and I think that Dry Creek is an area that they make a lot of really cool wines there, and I'd like to make them a little bit more famous maybe in the United States, or at least with our people. So that's where I'm looking, kind of cutting edge things coming up for the winter time. And then of course we are always thinking a little bit further out, and springtime will bring back some wine that I'm extremely passionate about, and that's Avelita Vinho Verde. And again, a Portuguese wine that it's all about joy and light and drinking out on the patio on a day when it's 80, 90, 100 degrees out, and you just want to chill out, have fun with your friends. So there's a lot of fun stuff still to come in our list, in our program. It's a very interesting question about how we decide what wine goes on the list, and whether it's by the bottle, by the glass, and which one of those drives our program. And it's funny, our lists have somewhere between 90 and 100 choices on them depending upon the time of the year for whole bottle sales. But what's really cool, fun, and different is that we have 63 or 64 wines by the glass. And really, by the glass sales are what drives our wine sales. And that gives us the ability to introduce new things. It'd be, I think it's a little bit more difficult to tell a guest, I want you to try Argentine Torrontés. That's their crisp, dry, white varietal with this very beautiful aroma. It's hard to tell them, hey, you got to sport for a whole bottle. Whereas we can say, you know what, we serve it by the glass. I already have the bottle open. I'll pour you half an ounce. You can taste it and tell me if you're really interested or not. So our program really is built to be able to try things and try new and different things. And our lists we change every 3 months on the season. So hey, we run something for 3 months and it really doesn't excite our guests. There's nothing ventured, nothing gained in that, and we can pull it off and put something else on. But it's fun how I really think, well, hey, people still are always going to drink Chardonnay, Cabernet, Merlot, Pinot Noir. I think people want some discovery and want to know what the new cool thing is, and having those things available and moving on and off as they become more or less popular is one of the strengths of the list. So by the glass sales, bottle sales, I don't look for either one of those things. I want to find new things that are fun and introduce people to them through by the glass sales.